everybody. You're watching Managing Day to Day with me, Christina Laster, and National Parents Union. I hope you're all well. I hope that you're all thriving. Yesterday was a little challenging. I am a parent just like the rest of you guys. Just trying to stay focused and keep my son focused. And so, I did post a video. We went for a walk. He at times, just as tired like any other person would be. Like, we're doing our math, we're doing our ELA, and we're doing really, really good for days, but then there's that one day, and everyone's entitled to an off day. And so give yourself some mercy and some grace on that. And then just pick up the pieces whenever you can, whether you can seize that moment the same day after you guys take a break, or the next day. Don't be hard on yourself. You're doing good. And so I hope you're all well. I hope that you're all thriving. Good morning and good afternoon, America's beautiful children. We love you. Today I have my brothers, some amazing guests. Not biological brothers, but they're my brothers, right? And so we could bring them out and definitely talk to them and see what's going on with them today. Hello, hello, hello.
Yo, what's up? What's up? How you doing?
What up, bro?
Live and direct from the Bat Cave.
That's what I'm talking. Wait a minute. I'm like waiting for the bat signal, but then not doing the COVID shuffle, but then not. We're just making it moment by moment, day by day. What up, Johnny?
Yeah. How's everybody doing? Let me get off the mute. I had to unmute. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, you gonna have to. We doing our thing. We doing our thing, right?
Oh yeah, always.
Always. And you gonna need to let there be light, my brother, so that we can see you.
You gotta let that melanin glow, man.
Let that soul glow, right?
Yeah. I love it.
I love y'all. Anyway,
I'll figure it out.
Right there.
There we go.
Right
Look,
there.
here he had it for a moment. But you know what? While we're waiting for my brother Johnny to let his soul and melanin glow, Josiah, tell everybody who you are, where you at, and what you do.
Man, I love it. Thank you so much, Christina, for having me on again. Josiah Bruni, CEO and founder of Music Changing Lives. Proud father, of 3 beautiful boys out here in the Inland Empire doing what we do. We teach kids music, art, fashion, film, and then how to also be civically engaged through those elements and to change policy within our communities. And since COVID, we've also been distributing food. We distribute over 30,000 pounds of food a week, easy, with our teams, IDHP, NSG, One Inland Empire, the City of Riverside, and so many others. So thank you for having us on. And thank you, Johnny, for coming out yesterday and catching that footage, man. I can't wait to see it.
You guys are amazing. See, that's why I love y'all. Okay. And so Josiah has been on the show before. Definitely go back and check out that episode, the amazing work that he does. I'm always inspired just to watch the spread pain, not hate, and my children came out to that, just looking at how that's progressing. And so thank you so much for what you do and feeding the people and everything that you guys are doing. Johnny, how you doing today?
Hey, you're trying to get some more light on the situation right now.
You got it though, bro. See, that's what I'm talking about. How are my girls doing?
Love it.
Over there going to get some food back and forth, logged into the virtual schooling. So
how's that going?
It's going. It has its pros and its cons. I could say that for sure. One thing about the virtual learning, one aspect I like is that for my oldest, I kind of get to see how she reacts to getting the information. Make sure she's taking notes. see what approaches she's engaged to and not. But then when it comes to the extra supports, it can get kind of difficult because she does get extra support. Figuring out a way to do it. You can't have them. It's not really a push in. She can't sit next to my daughter. A lot of the things, and then there's not really time for that. So you have to request time for the extra RSP services and things of that nature. So that's kind of different. And for my youngest, now we all already know how it is with younger kids, keeping their attention just period, let alone if she's in a DLI class. DLI, for everybody who's not aware with DLI, that's a dual language immersion. All right. And so what they do in that class is when she's in kindergarten, the class is taught 90% in whatever that dual language is. Hers being Spanish, and then 10% English. And then when you go to first grade, it's 80% Spanish, 20% English, so on and so forth, till they get to 50% all the way through. Now her first 2 years, see, she went to a predominantly Hispanic preschool, so she knew a couple phrases and things like that, and she's been, progressing, well every time in class or tests and everything like that. She's been doing well. But this year, she doesn't have the luxury of having peers and classmates and friends that speak strictly Spanish to help her out with their language, And one thing I noticed with the virtual, there's not a lot of kids in groups socializing, interacting. I mean, these kids they could be classmates and not even know each other if they see each other at the park or at things like that.
Right. You know what? That's important for dual immersion, because you pick up the dialect and the accent from other children that naturally speak the language. And so I could see where that's challenging online. Like, are they doing like breakout sessions? Like,
I have requested that. You know me, I guess they're working on that. The Google Classroom.
Are they working on it?
That you know me, I'm following up with them on Monday.
Okay.
Everybody who don't know me.
I'm sorry. We talking like we on the phone. Go ahead.
I'm Johnny Karina the third. Okay, 3 capital I's at the end of the name. Okay, I'm the founder of Karina Mack Events and Marketing. We do a lot of marketing and events. Lately, not too many events have been going on, but we're trying to see how that's going to change the whole atmosphere. Digital marketing, outbound marketing, inbound marketing, filming, recording, editing, photos. That's what I do. And as far as my contributions to change, I am on the APAC, on the board actually for the APAC for RUSD, African American Parent Advisory Committee. I am a member for the state of Hawaii and California, as well as Riverside NAACP. I actually got the pleasure this year to team up with the Juneteenth committee in Riverside. Since we weren't able to put together a physical one, we did one virtually. So I got a lot of footage of different people. Some people send me stuff. I added some historical footage in there. And I'm an advocate. And I'm an activist, and I really don't like a lot of the BS. So
I don't think none of us right here, I can say specifically. Can't speak for a whole bunch of other folks, but I know us, we don't like it, right? And that's how I met you brothers, in the trenches, doing our thing, fighting for the students, unrelentingly, right? And so Josiah, talk about, what current projects you have underway.
Wow. Okay. So many. I love it. Right now, like I said, we got our Feeding the Inland Empire program that we're seriously focused on Mondays and Wednesdays in Riverside over at the Bobby Bond Center, and now also Boardwalk as well, or Boardwell, sorry, in Riverside. And that's Monday and Wednesdays. For our No Justice, No Peace mural tour, we're doing 13 cities. Well, we had 15 cities last time I talked to you to launch. We've done now 3 of those cities, so we got 12 more to go. We did San Bernardino, as you know, Rialto, Riverside, and Riverside was so huge because we literally painted a whole building of
Yes.
history right there on 14th and Main. So if you guys are free, or 14th and Market. So yeah, if you're free, stop by there, 14th and Market at the Quick Pick Liquor. See the murals that we've done, and then we also did these exclusive murals that were done by these other artists. And then that led to them doing the John Lewis mural, and me hearing that they were doing this for free and saying, hold up, we got to raise y'all some money. And so now we got a Kickstarter and a GoFundMe campaign that we're doing for the artists to get them paid to finish off that mural. It's a beautiful mural. It's about a quarter of a mile. It's a timeline of just historians honoring John Lewis that basically fought for our civil rights. So you got several people on there. I'm not going to still go by and see it. Go by there. It's 3933 Mission Boulevard in Riverside. It's beautiful. After that, now we've launched our Changing Lives Showcase, all virtual. As you know, before we were in schools, I had 3 community centers, 6 school sites, and they would all compete to see who was best at music and art. And so now with this COVID thing, we've basically taken everything virtually, and we're focused on how do we serve our kids best. Especially those that don't have the means, like the proper internet or extra computer or the parent time
Right.
to learn, because the things that we were teaching these kids were very advanced. So shout out to all our parents out there, especially the
Yes.
single moms, the single dads, man. I'm really feeling y'all pain because I would watch at least 350 kids every Friday, and so that's a big burden that a lot of people don't have now. And so we're really just trying to figure out what's that social emotional learning that they're going to be going through,
Right.
and that's going to be coming afterwards, right? And so with that, we're still trying to give these kids a powerful voice. So we're doing this thing called Speak Up for What Is Right. And it's a campaign where we shout out for poets, artists, painters, just to speak out in their own way, to teach them how to still use their voice virtually. And that's going to be coming out. You could go to our Instagram, Music Changing Lives, and see those videos of some of the artists that's already up there. We got some beautiful poems talking about domestic violence, sexual abuse, poverty, hate, pain, love. As you mentioned, our hashtag is spread pain, not hate. So that's all we're really focused on right now, is to continue spreading love in our community, not hate, and using a visual effect to where thousands of people travel through everywhere in high-speed places. I'm finding and scouting locations that will let us do our protest to teach people. Like the one at the Quick Pick Liquor, it's a young lady that you gotta go see. I gotta give this one out. Her name is Nisi, and she was the first Black child that was brought to Riverside. A lot of people don't know about her, but that was her only name that she was given. And Layla, the artist, she honored her very beautifully on that wall. And so these are the things that we want our people to know. And we're just focused on that. So I love you. I thank you so much for giving us this
I love you too, my
platform.
brother.
And we also got that podcast coming up.
Right.
So,
And we
then,
need to we definitely gonna get this out there, more so. We got another brother who at work today.
right.
Definitely want to continue to have these types of conversations
Okay.
that are positive and truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just telling what everyday life look like for people that have assumptions or perceptions, but may not really know. And so we bringing it live right to you, day to day happenings in the community, in our homes, how we're holding it down and trying to help other people along the way, right? Johnny, I have to know. And thank you, Josiah. I appreciate it. What's going on with APAC?
APAC right now, what we're working on is our main goals, right? And the main goal for APAC right now is academic success, right? And a lot of the people wanted to know, what does academic success look like, right? One of the biggest things that we were talking about as far as academic success is having a benchmark, as well as seeing the growth in scores compared to their counterparts, right? As well as access and resources to some of the programs and resources that they are not able to, that we are proportionately undersized in. So one,
Right.
for example, would be the specialty classes like AVID, AP courses, um, DLI, STEM, things of that nature. We want to be better represented as well as reached out to in those specific programs.
Right.
Another one is a big one is kind of vetting the instructors
Yes.
as well as the administrators. You know, making sure that they're culturally aware, sensitive, and even when they come in the hiring process, are we asking them the correct questions so we don't have to, you know, revert back to figuring out if it's the right fit for everybody. Those are big things, as well as the well, for me, a big thing still was the suspension and the expulsion rate. I know it's not going to be as big now since we're in. This should help out their numbers a lot in COVID.
Well, hold up, brother, because I don't know if y'all saw or not, but I've been seeing kids getting suspended from virtual distance, whatever learning. Like really, you know, come on.
That is crazy. How do they? I mean, the only way I can see that is if the kid is
I don't
wilding.
know if y'all saw or not, but I've been seeing kids. It's okay. Feedback.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I was wondering. I was like, hang on,
Yeah,
is
you
that
just
something?
gotta turn one down. We good. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
That's just, you know, I'm always multitasking, man. So I'm trying to share, get people on, like, you know, listening, like, yo, y'all gotta hear this. Like, tap
Right.
in.
So you
And then I'm
tag
like,
team
how do
that.
I
So
mute
yeah,
it now? Like, oh,
okay,
wow.
mute one. Yeah, mute one. We
Yeah,
good.
I got it. I got it.
We got like 10 devices. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to either answer comments in the chat or, you know,
Right. Straight
so yes,
up.
you know,
That's the our meme though, right? Our meme. Or if you got a black entrepreneur, they're probably the marketing director, the CFO, the CEO, da 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 da. But shout out to the team because you got a real strong team. Jada
right.
on the back end got us looking real nice
All right, shout out to Jada. We love Jada.
But back on track. I love it.
And
That's what
so talking
man. That's
about,
real. So,
you know, how there is a continuum of punishment, even though the kids are not even in the physical location, just goes to speak to the thought processes and expectations and biases that exist in the educational environment and system that we try to combat every day, right? Why is it that teachers are finding the need to punish students virtually in such a manner that you exclude them? You know, do the students know what that expectation is supposed to look like? And I'm not going to say that they don't, but does it require a suspension or an expulsion? Right?
I'm trying to figure out what. Only thing I would see that warranted that is something they just took over the class and start yelling and cursing and wilding out on the thing. But yet then and still, you can just mute them and pin them, or just, you know, you have control over that. You can keep them from interrupting your class.
Right, and I'm seeing our students are being excluded and suspended at a disproportionate rate, as always. Right, little boy with the Nerf gun, you know. Meanwhile, there's racial hate speech being dropped in the middle of the class and backgrounds and everything else, and the kids get to show up the next day. So I just, you know, I'm trying to figure out. See, I wish they knew you, my brother Josiah. They could spread the paint, not hate. You know.
I mean? Yeah, no, it's and another thing that really bothered me that I'm really working on. I'm telling you, I got a list on Monday. I'm gonna hit them up on Monday. I try to be fair. I give them a week, and if you don't hit me back, I'm hitting you right back. And I know that I know Tuesday we have the meeting coming up for the board meeting, and they're gonna discuss what is that? The bill 331. That's for ethnic studies to be mandated from 9th through 12th,
Mm.
and starting 2024. So me, I am talking to the people. I believe it's Renee Hill and something Powder from
Mm.
RUSD. They are supposed to be heading the ethnic studies as far as RUSD, and I guess they're making a committee. So I requested to be on that committee as far as one of the public speakers. But I don't think it should just be because like we did this over the summer. Another thing we do over the summer, I partner with Nia Amani Heart Association. They deal with, it's a nonprofit that deals with medical and educational resources and advocacy. And so every year, this year we did it virtually. We did the summer enrichment through rites of passage. Your boy
Yeah,
Joe.
my kids attended.
Yes, your kids.
Well, Daniel kind of attended.
Daniel was on. I look, young Dougie Fresh. Yeah, young Dougie was up in there. And it was cool because it's great because the kids, right? And it was talking about relatable stuff, not only to history, but to them. And that's a lot of times that's when a lot of education comes out, relatability. My boy Josiah, Music Saving Lives, he was teaching them about how music really was revolutionary. You talk about Public Enemy, you talk about KRS-One. We had a dancer come on talk about where it originated from, how they dance, and then we talked about Mansa Musa, and then we talked about the Black Wall Street, and the kids loved it, they remember it. And I bring this up because when they're talking about incorporated ethnic studies just to 9th and 12th grade, I feel like it should start when they're younger. All right, younger. These kids love music. Yeah. You know, you love our culture, you love our talents, but you don't love us. All right. So what you need to do is understand where we came from, why we do this, how we live, and I feel like that'll impact the kids greatly. But from what they told me, they really didn't know too much about the bill. They were still gathering information about it. And Jose Medina, assembly member in Riverside, used to be one of my teachers in RUSD, who we are writing a letter to back up the Proposition 331. He's the one who initiated it. I want to say it was the last year or the year before. I have to tell you, but he initiated. Good man, solid dude. I seen him at the protest here in Riverside speaking on. He actually went to UCR and he talked about how his first experience was marching down University because one of the police shot a Hispanic male in the back. I see him jumping over a fence, right? And when I
you know what I want to see solid and good, the measurable outcomes and progress of our children, right? Yeah. I know you guys are just like me. We don't want to keep showing up to meetings just to meet again, just to have the same old discussion year after year, to continue to battle this 2 years later, the suspensions and what y'all gonna do about them. To
and
continue
they don't have an LCAP right now. I've been requesting for about 2 weeks now to see the pie graph LCAP from last year, and that goes from this year as far as, you know, grades, suspension rates broken down by demographics, and population, all that. But I don't know why they haven't got that to me either, and that's a good benchmark.
My brother, you better Public Record Act request that stuff. We're gonna talk about that offline.
Yeah.
Josiah, I heard you was about to say something, so I wanted to let you go ahead and get those statements in there.
Like, the empowerment to policy we also brought to these kids. They need to know how to change policy at a young age.
Yes.
Like some of the kids were demanding they wanted longer recesses, better food,
drinking my vitamin water, y'all, for all you health buffs that
right. And so these are the things that the young youth were demanding. And so when we were on there, we would show them how they can Google at the tip of their fingers instead of just using that phone. I told them to just be like a phone, a device that they use for Instagram and things like that. I said, start using that to change policies within your community. And so things like that are sparking the youth. Like, I'm so proud of the youth that we got in Redlands.
Yes.
One of my young artists, How Sweet, and several of the new generation youth out there, they're working to change policy, and they're pushing that ethnic studies issue, and they got it on the board with signatures and all that. And these are kids, and you're asking them, do you need any help? They're like, nope, we got it now. And so these are just things that it shows. It takes a little bit of time, and we do need that data. So we welcome psychologists now to step up in our community, preferably people of color, to tell us the truth about what's going on psychologically
Yes.
in our heads. And, it's time for us to really start healing, taking time for ourselves, and really becoming who we are. And just continue standing up. People like ourselves, we need to continue being in the room together, sharing space and doing things together, and find how to do it peacefully.
And I want to ask you, because I know that there's a lot that you do and there's a lot that we see, right? And when we talk about healing, and when we talk about psychologists, culturally congruent, ethnically matched providers, we see and experience a lot of stuff. So what is it that you do for self-care? You know what I mean? Because I need you guys to survive, my brothers. I really do. We need y'all. And I want to make sure that we're all really, as we battle, continuing to build, still taking care of ourselves,
Truly, thank you for that. So this morning I was blessed. I have my little sister Jessica. She does the
Hey,
mindfulness.
Jessica.
Yeah, shout out to Just Be You. I am just the best. She does these mindfulness with us, right? And so during the protest after George Floyd issue and our Arbery, I was so engaged with the protests and the marches, I started getting really like just mad and angry. And I was like, oh, I was talking to her, and she was like, look, you got to learn to defuse it and decarpet. I don't even know the word, but
carp. Wait a second. Carp. I know what you're saying. Carp.
put it in its own. Yeah, its own trunk. We're gonna put it in its own trunk.
Compartmentalize.
Well, let y'all go ahead and get it out.
Tell me that word.
I was thinking.
I love it for that.
For you. I took the fall for you, man. I stuttered 20 times.
I'm with you. Hey, and it ain't no fall.
Some people think I'm a little bossy, and I ain't gonna tell y'all what to do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wait it out.
Hey, look,
it's my self-care. Me waiting it out.
They ask me what I'm doing, Johnny, right? So this is the Jay Bruni show right now. You dig? And it's some water, you dig?
You guys, I love y'all. Seriously, have me cracking up.
So, at the end of the day, though, for real, she taught me how to put these things on the back burner. Like, yo, don't take this home with you. You got to see it. You got to hear it, and then let it be, and then enjoy your kids and keep growing from there. And then also, too, man, I'm out there. Y'all know, man, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm always in the streets doing something. And so now I really have to learn how to say no to certain things.
Yes.
And if it's off mission and off topic, I'm like, yo, I just can't do it. I love you, but I can't do it. And so I've started doing that. And some people take offense, and I apologize. But I'm learning how to stay in my lane right now. And I'm so good at that and blessing so many people because I'm just staying in my lane. And
that's right.
I'm going to keep doing that. And as long as I stay in my lane and everyone else around me plays their part, we can change so many lives. That's why I said we got to learn to start sharing space, because that's what they wanted from us. They wanted a division. They want us tired. They want us ran down, confused, hot, frustrated, to where you don't want to deal with nobody. They don't want you thinking. It's time to really start thinking and sharing the jewel, you know what I mean, with our people. And that's why I thank you again, fam, for this show. And also, Johnny, for coming and grabbing that footage. Because it's things like that. You see your boy running so fast. I can't think about pulling out my drone and flying my drone. I'm trying to not get a ticket for the traffic. You know?
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and stay within the speed limit. Right. I don't want you getting pulled over, my brother. You know.
No, not that. We talking about how many people was out there.
Oh, okay.
It was like over 500 cars.
That's good. Keep feeding the people. You know.
These are things that we're doing, and to then take that home and have all those people burden on you. It's hard to be like, damn, if we don't feed them, they don't eat. Really, like, we gotta keep this going for our people and our folks, and that's what we're really trying to separate and learn and just keep it up going and say, we can't let the government control us too much more. We got to separate that and teach our people how to fish right now. That's the key.
Yes. And so, I appreciate that insight, and your methodology of saying no, staying in your lane, and being not falling into the divisive traps. You know what I mean? Using our brain to think, not getting distracted, right?
Right.
Because there's a lot of smoke, fog, and mirrors. And it's easy for us to take away time and energy from this lane to go into that distraction over there. But once you know what your gift, your talent, and your ability is, and you function in that lane, you will feel comfortable saying, that's not my lane, I'm not doing it, right? I used to have a problem with saying no. But now as I exercise that no muscle, it's becoming a art that I've mastered. And it's not that I am unwilling to do it. It's that I'm surrendering that activity to someone that's more talented, right? And so look at no that way. I'm going to go ahead and surrender that activity, that function, that role, that position. And Johnny, I did this with NAACP. Like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and surrender. I'm not going to battle in this lane because I could do something more meaningful over here to help the masses and the multitudes. Though I commend you for whatever you're doing, as long as it's productive for us, right? So Johnny, talk about how you self-care, and then I'm going to give you guys a moment to share a final thought or some feedback, how people can find you, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, no, it's very important, especially in our culture. The men, I mean, it's you just gotta get tough. You can't be depressed or stressed out or worrisome or what you mean? What you worried about? We got to do it. And see, for me, that comes kind of easy because I'm my worst critic. Okay.
Right.
So when things don't go right, I was listening to you before you started, Christina. It was perfect. She was like, everybody has one of those days. It just happens. Don't beat yourself up.
Right. Dougie
like,
Fresh took it all the way there yesterday, Johnny. I was about to send them to you for some physical training. We'll talk about that offline too. I was like, where my brothers at? Oh no, we about to get this hill. Let's go. Walk up this hill.
My girls get to running. I don't know if you want none of that. They're gonna be.
Let me just say this real quick, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know how we do. We're gonna pick it back up. If you are having a little bit of challenges during the day with the children, I got a 1-2 plan. Okay, especially for the mouthy ones. I get it. Look, here's that plan. You choose one. Okay, do your work, or we can do some PT, right? Some physical time, right? That's fine with me. And even when you refuse to do your work, here's that one step. Drop and give me 50, right? With my son, I have to do that. It's like give you a choice or drop and give me 50, right? But I let him know before I say drop and give me 50 that he about to be head towards a drop and give me 50 or that 1.5 mile. And I don't want to make physical activity a consequence, but sometimes that those endorphins and just the hormones and just everything that's all bundled up and going inside of there, you can only get out through physical, assertion. So that's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to leave that right there.
That's what I was going to say too. A lot of the times, even if they end up running, I make them run or go do something, like you said, physical, they come back engaged. It's like,
right.
maybe they needed that. You know what I mean?
Dougie Fresh came back and fell asleep. We called Daniel Dougie. Johnny gave Daniel the title Dougie Fresh.
Young Dougie. That's him.
And you know what he said? Mommy, I learned. ILEARNED. See, I told you I learned. That was the second time he went up the hill. I was like, I don't think so. We're going to hit this hill one more good time, then we're going to come back. And with a smile on my face. So.
And yeah, no, sometimes like if I get down and out on myself or upset, I just think about a lot of the good things that I've been blessed with, a lot of things that I'm doing, a lot of the things that a lot of people are doing for me, actually to
Right.
help. And even sometimes, that could get cloudy. I'll go run, jog, do some push-ups, work out, get the sweat, get to doing something, feeling better. And then usually, if all else fails, the one thing I think about is I think about my kids, straight up, my kids, because it's like,
Hey, baby.
yeah. So I think about them.
She had to come say hi to Auntie Christina. It's okay.
She did.
You
She
know.
heard everybody. She wants to come. You know how she is. She want to be all on the camera.
Right.
She don't want nothing to do with that. She's just chilling. She like, Daddy, why you moving around everywhere doing all this? Chill out.
So you're so right about that though, because if we look at like, milestones in our own life, right? And I love that I have a photo album of things that I have done over the past few years, so I can go back and like, wow, we actually overcame in these areas. We was actually victorious in this one thing, and that added up all of those little pieces, like the Juneteenth things that you do, right? You got to celebrate an anniversary doing that this year. Just looking at the culmination of all of that, the summer enrichment program, right? It really gives you a peace, a joy, and a humility because you've done everything that you could.
Yeah.
um
Yes.
you
It
know
feels good. Just like I posted something today that said it's a temperature check. What have you done for somebody that can't help you? Right. But see, for me, it always feels like when I do something, it's a lot of self-satisfaction in it. So it's kind of like I'm being selfish because I feel good when I do it. You know what I mean? So
that's a good kind of selfishness because
Right.
as long as it's not codependency, we're gonna talk about that another day. um we're not look we're not out to do things to derive praise from people, okay? Because if you operate in that lane, you will disappoint people all the time. People are never satisfied, I will tell you that. You can do 100%, and I will tell you, it's just human nature, right? Think of yourself in that sense. Like, are you always completely satisfied? Yeah, no. Like, I thought I wanted this vitamin water and I really want a sparkling water, but you know what? Oh well, I'm gonna drink the vitamin water, right? And so we just have to be aware and mindful of that. Don't do it just to please people. Do it because it's the right thing to do. And
yeah.
so we'll pick up this conversation. Definitely looking forward to us doing the podcast. And I want to let you guys leave a final word, thought, and how people can find you. Thank you so much, my brothers.
Okay. Go ahead, Josiah. I'll let you go first, man.
All right, man. So the final word, final thought is that today you are the controller of your destiny. Choose your path and stay in that lane. As long as it's something that could be honorable to man and all humankind, let's get back to just being humans, right? And treat each other how we want to be treated, or how others want to be treated as well. You feel me? So
Right.
don't think as that thought like you just have to get in that person's head or you have to feel what they're feeling, but try to just listen. I'm here for it intently with intention. So bless your hearts. I love y'all. If you'd like to get involved with us, it's Music Changing Lives. And we're on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you Google us, you'll see us. We're in the Inland Empire, serving Southern California in Riverside and San Bernardino County. And we love you all. We're looking to expand. If there's other artists that would like to start this formula, we're going to have a replication model pretty soon that you can come and adopt and become an actual art therapist or music therapist with us and duplicate the services. So I love y'all. I look forward to that podcast with y'all as well.
Yeah,
It's gonna
that's
be
gonna be fire right there.
okay. Charlemagne, watch out, man. I'm coming for you.
Me and my bros.
Huh.
All right, Johnny, go ahead and give your final thought, how people can find you.
And my final thought is, you know, we can't be a lot of people. We can't be everything. Some people can't do some things and that you weren't supposed to do things, right? But one thing everybody can be without question is kind. Okay.
Yes.
So just think about this. Just be kind, because you never know what the next person is going through. Okay. You never
That's
know
real.
if their husband lost their job. He had to go through their 401k. The kids are depressed because they can't go to church or see their friends. You don't know what people are going through right now. You know,
They could be hungry, like Josiah said.
they could be hungry. But the one thing everybody can be, and it's free, is kind. And
That's right.
kind to people, it comes back. So just respect people, be kind, and be conscious. All right, don't be oblivious to what's going on and what's affecting our culture specifically. All right, that's another thing I want to say. Don't be oblivious. Be kind and be think objectively. You know, see things from both lenses and understand what's going on. And that's how I feel. I'll tell everybody that. Just be kind, and everything else really falls into place. And with that said, I do events and marketing. Karina Mack Events and Marketing. I can be reached on Instagram or Facebook or email. The Instagram is Karina Mack INC, and the Facebook is Karina Mack Events and Marketing. Also, Nia Amani Heart Association. It's NAHA on 2011 on Instagram, and it's Nia Amani Heart Association on Facebook. And we deal with educational as well as medical resources and advocacy. So if you have any questions, any needs, something's not getting done, especially right now with the virtual model of school, if you have any questions or gripes, please reach out to me. I'm not going to say I know everything, but I know how to get from point A to point B. And if I can't get to point C, I know the people that'll get me there. Okay. So please reach out and be kind.
And that's what we do. Right. And be kind is free. Well, it costs some folks some agony, but you know, we'll talk about that another day. You know, you gotta be sacrificially kind. You know, that sacrificial kindness is something totally different. And so, you know, again, thank you, brothers, for coming on and sharing a good word, an on-time word. Thank you for everything you do. We need you to survive. We need you to thrive. Keep that self-care. Keep pushing. I'm right here with you all in the trenches. Everyone that's watching, you know, just have mercy on yourself. If you mess up, it's okay. If you make a mistake, it's okay. If your child, you know, has a hard day, it's okay. Just pick up the pieces and keep on going. And that is how you, moment by moment, day by day, become victorious and become an overcomer, right? As long as you don't give up, then you will overcome. Just keep going moment by moment, day by day. And so you have been watching National Parents Union Live, managing day to day with me, Christina Laster, and NPU. Thank you. Please check out our shows. My brother's is showing you guys.
You know, we do that marketing. We got that.
Please check out our shows that are live during the day, and just continue to do well, continue to self-care, continue to have that grace, that mercy, that patience.
And one more thing I wanted to say, I want to thank Christina and National Parents Union for putting this on, right? And getting in front of people and being dedicated to change and positivity. I love it. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Thank you. We do this with you, not just for you. We do this with you all. And so that is something that I need everybody to understand. Like, we're not sitting in some monarchy or on a throne or anything like that. We do this with and for us, the parents, so that our authentic voices come to the forefront, and that our future generations will do better than the last. So thank you for watching. I will see you again, managing moment by moment, day by day with me, Christina Laster, National Parents Union. I hope you're all well. I hope you all thrive. Goodbye, America's beautiful children. We love you, and we will see you again. Bye-bye.
Much love. See y'all later.
Love y'all. Peace.